Guys, we all know that the 11 meter band is a dumpster fire. I mean, it has just been that way for quite a while. I've got some ideas, something I think that really needs to be done, and that would fix things. So if you're a CBer, hear me out. 11 meter guy, hear me out. Free bander, hear me out. If you're a ham, listen to me. This is like, I want to talk some common sense and some things I think that'll benefit all of us who either use the 11 meter band or should be using the 11 meter band. I mean, it is a band. If you're a ham, the 11 meter band is a band that's in between two ham bands, the 10 meter and the 12 meter band. It's HF radio. And it's been a dumpster fire for a long time. And I think it's time that we straighten it out. And I'll talk about this with some common sense and my thoughts. And I think I'm a pretty good person to talk about it. I've been an 11 meter guy since 1975 for 50 years, half a century. I've used the 11 meter bands and enjoyed it as a hobbyist, not like a truck driver riding down the road. Hey, you know, there's smokies ahead and all that. That's not what I used the 11 meter band for. It's been a hobby of mine, and it was my gateway per se to ham radio. Now I'm an extra class ham radio operator, but I still like the 11 meter band. I think there's a lot there where we need to come together, ham radio, and for just right now, CBers, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. You know, in 2017, there was the FCC had the personal radio service reform, and they changed some CB rules. The big one they changed that really needed to be changed is they dropped the 155.3 mile rule where you couldn't talk. You know, they wanted this CB to be a local, you know, thing right from the beginning, a mistake. And why would you use an HF band with the propagation chances of like talking worldwide and turn it into a local citizens band, you know, radio? And I think the time's come to drop that. You know, you have FRS, we have GMRS, other, you know, what the true frequencies, you know, line of sight frequencies of, you know, UHF, VHF, what it's for. 11 meters is not that. It never was, but was used. It was trying to turn CB radio or the 11 meter band into a local thing. And yeah, you can, you know, ground wave, whatever, you can talk local on 11 meters. And right now, and over the past few months, I think it was somewhere around March of 2025, the U.S. FCC had this delete. It is an initiative to reform rules, not really to reform them. It was an initiative to delete redundancy. A lot of rules, and the FCC and the citizens band or 11 meters fell within that, you know. And that's great. And then we've been under, here in the United States, the government shutdown. Well, now that's about to end and things are getting ready to happen. I think it's time we address that, get those, you know, redundancy out of there, but we still need some changes. And to start off with, you know, let's be honest, the FCC hasn't really enforced. They've kind of turned their blind eye to what's been going on the 11 meters. And you guys that use 11 meters know, you know, I'm a sidebander, and I literally, and always have been, by the legalities, I stay within, you know, the 12 watts PEP for sidebander, because I love, you know, it's kind of like with ham radio talking QRP. I love to see what kind of skip and what, you know, what kind of distances I could do with just 12 watts. And a lot of guys have used a lot of power. Heck, if you get on AM on channel 6, they call it Super Bowl 6. There's guys on there I know using thousands of watts. They're really illegal. And the FCC hasn't enforced that at all, which is a shame, because also, like right now, you can get on channel 38 and people are playing music, interrupting other people. I mean, we've all heard it if you're a CB or 11 meter guy. The guy that just continuously plays the recording of the baby crying. There's just stupidity on there that needs to go away, because there are so many super really good operators on 11 meters that I have great respect for. So the enforcement arm of the FCC needs to do something. They really do. And like, you know, go through this delete initiative, get that done, and start enforcing the rules. I mean, you dropped the license requirement, which I think was great. There are a lot of people that don't want to be licensed and want to use HF radio. There it is. There's your band right there, the 11 meter band. And that's really what it's all about. But I think some other things need to go beyond that as far as making changes. Like I said, after you get the redundancy done, let's make a few changes. Number one is enforcement. You've got to enforcement. But here's some changes that I think really should happen right off the bat. Fix the rules. Let's fix the rules and do it. Number two, enforce the rules. The Federal Communications Commission needs to enforce the rules. Now, before you guys comment or whatever, hear me all the way out on this, because I think this needs to be done for people to enjoy this service of 11 meters. Right off the bat, raise the power limit. I think that the 4 watts AM and the 12 watt PEP, and now we have FM as well, but the 12 watts PEP on the 11 meter band, raise it to 100 watts across the board, just 100 watts. That opens up everyone to be able to use an export radio. Do it. The power level needs to come up. Remove the channels. Get rid of 1 through 40. Open the band up where you could use, people are still going to, that have channelized radios are going to use those frequencies. Open it up as far and expand it as much as you can. So, we can kind of set some places where I know, like, 27385 lower sideband is always going to be the call-in frequency or whatever, but do that. Open the band up so when people bring in the export radios, they can use them. Make it legal to use those export radios by opening up the band. And here, I think the most important thing is drop the name Citizens Band. This was the mistake from the beginning. An HF band should not be part of the Citizens Band or CB or whatever you want to call it. Drop it. It's not a CB band. Like I said a minute ago, that's what VHF and UHF is for. This band, and even probably with truckers and everyone else, it's not used as a citizens band anymore. It really needs to be a hobbyist band and open it up for people to use, people to enjoy HF, especially like right now we're in a peak of a solar cycle. You want to use this band and experiment and kind of make it more of a hobbyist band, but have some things in there that hobbyists that are not licensed can use for prepping and for safety and whatever, for emergency uses as well. I think the 11 meter band is a great one for that. So drop the CB thing. Maybe call it the free band. You know what I mean? No license required, but enforce the rules on it. That's really what, and call it the free band, the 11 meter free band. There's already people use it, the so-called pirates, whatever, the free banders, but just make them, make it happen. I think that would be a great thing. Most of all, really though, I want you guys that are hams that listen, as well as CBers, we need to come together, man. It's like this whole, gatekeeping, whatever, make it go away. I think a fellowship between the 11 meter freebanders, as we'll call them, and ham radio operators is what's needed, because it's going to grow both hobbies. You'll have hams that'll start using the 11 meter band. You'll have 11 meter freebanders, whatever, that'll get their license and become hams so they can use the other, parts of the HF spectrum. I think it would be a win-win. And I really think right off the bat, people, especially the ARRL, they should embrace this. Maybe they get on board to help make these rule changes, but I think opening up ARRL membership to 11 meter band users, non-licensed users, and start putting content on your, books, magazines, or whatever, put some content in there for 11 meters. I think the American Radio Relay League missed the boat 50 years ago when, during the CB craze, during the 11 meter craze, it really ham radio should have embraced the CB Brotherhood there at that point. And I think this whole thing wouldn't have spun out of control like it did. Now, you're always going to, and it's not that way on ham as well, you're always going to have, the idiots that are going to do idiotic stuff. I mean, all you got to do is get on the 40 meter band on any night here in the United States and turn it to 7.200. And you know what I'm saying. That's never going to go away, and I'm sure it'll always exist in 11 meters, but it's time to clean it up. It's time to fix this dumpster fire and make it work. I think it's an awesome thing. I love 11 meters. I get on 11 meters. I've got a lot of export radios that I would open up and use on 11 meters. And I think there's a lot of other people as well, people with Mars mods on their equipment. We could all come in together on 11 meters, use it, like we would use it normally without our license or calls, whatever, however you want to do that. But improve 11 meters. If anyone from the FCC, if anybody's listening to me, I've got 35,000 subscribers. If there's anybody that knows a way that we could make this happen, let's fix the 11 meter band. Let's embrace it. Let's get the not just the ARRL, maybe other countries as well. Maybe this is a region thing, whatever it would take to fix the 11 meter bands. I love it. Guys, there are a lot, I'm a ham radio YouTuber. I enjoy the 11 meter YouTubers. I've got some really cool people that I probably watch more than other ham radio YouTubers. I mean, I've got people like, it's Kate in Canterbury. Her channel is CB Radio, DX. Excellent operator, man. You see her with different radios, old radios, new radios, antennas, experimenting, just the spirit of what my channel is all about. She's the same way. Other ones, there's a freebander in the French Alps, Max Mountain World. I love Max. I like watching his stuff. He gets in his car, goes portable. He has a Moxon, 11 meter Moxon. He gets up on the top of a mountain, and he's working the world on 11 meters with his Moxon. And he uses a radio that I also own. He uses a Yaesu FT450D. I love watching him. He's great. One of my favorites, and he's just an amazing guy, is Mower Junkie down in South Carolina. He's a CBer, man. He likes tinker, like phasing antennas and stuff like I like to do. He's into that as well. So great content there. So check those guys out if you're a ham and you want to see that there are some really cool, really amazing operators on 11 meters. But there you go. There's my rant. I don't really want it to be a rant. If you want to make some comments on how you think it can be fixed, let's have a really intelligent conversation on this. I really think 11 meters is amazing. It's like if you're ham and you're working 10 right now, you can see the contacts we were making and how open it is. Imagine if you had 11 as well. With that said, too, I don't know how many times everyone says 10 is dead. I'll think, okay, I'm just going to cut on 11. And I've worked amazing skip on 11. It's been crazy. It's just been a wonderful thing. So something to think about. Your input, I would appreciate it. I would appreciate it if it was you're not, chicken band, CB sucks or whatever. If you would put some intelligent input in it and tell me what you think. What can we do to bring it all together, make the 11 meter band the gateway to HF radio, and make it where we can grow our hobby as radio hobbyists. Call us hams or whatever. We could all come together and make the 11 meter band work. I really think it needs to be fixed. So anyway, that's my rant. Thanks for listening. For those of you, I'm Salty Walt, K4OGO. When I'm on 11 meters, I'm Walt in the 2 division, 040, Salty Walt. But anyway, that's me. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you're into it also, maybe hit the subscribe button. And another thing, this is a new thing now with YouTube, and it's really hitting me well. Hit the hype button. Get this video out there so other people will see it. Kind of helps my channel as well. I guess they're kind of playing around with the algorithm again, but hit that as well. Anyway, until next time, my friends, I'm Walt, K4OGO. Stay salty.